Okay, admitting everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Dear friends, this is Efrat from Jerusalem. Thank you for being with us. I will bring some of the atmosphere, some of the what is on the consciousness now. Of course, like a dark cloud above all, it's this threat from Iran and Hezbollah. Such a strange situation to just waiting and wondering. And tonight it's a special date. Tonight and tomorrow is it calls Tisha B'Av. It's the 9th of a month called Av in Jewish calendar. It is a very special date according to the history and tradition. The first and the second temples destroyed on this date, and the Jewish people were executed and went to the diaspora. In this day, lots of people in Israel are fasting and behave like, have this tradition of like Memorial Day. And in this year especially, a lot of people called for the reckoning, looking inside ourselves. What are we learning from this? Where are we going from this? What can we learn from this history, this painful history? And as a matter of fact, in later this evening, the main program in the television here is dealing with this question: is what kind of a country Israel will be when there is two very strong streams now in a big struggle. The tribal stream, who are pro-theocracy, war, breaking all the law institute, continue the war and continue the occupation. And the other stream is what we can call statehood, who are pro-peace, democracy, liberal, life of freedom, and under the statement that every human life is sacred. So in this atmosphere, we are here tonight. Thank you.
Wow. I just saw in the chat now, this is Helen, that Risa wrote that it's a day of lamentations. Yeah. Thank you, Risa. Well, I don't have much. Trying to look again at this volatile map around what is happening here. The focus happens to be now in talks surrounding a ceasefire in Gaza with all its implications, and of course with the help of mediators like Saudi Arabia, the United States, and other Arab countries, and who knows behind the scenes who else. On the other hand, there's this expected Iranian retaliation that has to be done. The Iranians cannot not retaliate. And it swings between a full-scale direct attack to Israel. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay. Do I have a problem of, can you all?
No,
can
we can hear you very well, Helen.
can hear. Okay, okay. So, it's, where was I? Yeah, this ceasefire on one hand and the retaliation of Iran towards Israel that swings between a full-scale direct attack to Israel and an opportunity to negotiate towards agreements. So nowadays, we experience the acuteness of an eventual peak, which will happen and which is given to be seen very soon. So not much more to share at this stage. There's a lot of tension. And I think that not only in the area, but in all those who participate in this conflict. Today, Uta will not be present. She had an emergency call to assist an elderly lady in distress. So she's there now taking care of her. And she sends her love and her blessings. So let's send her also our blessings and our love. So I will lead over the meditation today. And yeah, so let us begin our work. So let us take a breath of prana energy and settle in our body. Touching base with the earth, grounding in reality. Let us feel our heart. Let us feel our heart opening, a point of equilibrium. We focus the awareness in the center of the head. And we let soul energy flood the personality. We stand as conscious souls in incarnation. Let us link with each other. And with our colleagues of world servers in all nations. Let's feel the heart bonds between us pulsing. a group heart. Visualize the light of our minds weaving a telepathic field, a shared lighted clear space. And let's stay for a moment in the experience of this fine-tuned, sensitive field which we have created together and continue to create every Monday. We have become an instrument for subjective service. In silence and like a focused open lens, let us get a sense of the area of the Middle East. Visualize Israel with its present borders, the occupied Palestinian territories of the West Bank. Visualize the Gaza Strip and Egypt to the south. To the east, Jordan and Syria. To the north, Lebanon. And sensing the wider area with Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Iran, and other states. We take a moment now for impartial observation of this complex and volatile situation. Just observing, making sure to release judging. Just trying to discern the emotional field and the mental forces at play. We take a few moments for observing, just observing. Retaining this wide perspective, we now refocus as the planetary observer and within our shared lighted space, we attune upwards with the higher co-workers. Our higher co-workers who guide this work. Taking a moment to fill our group heart with the vibration of all-inclusive love. Within the aura of our higher co-workers, let us now open our consciousness to the divine plan. Focusing to that part of the divine plan that relates to the Middle East, to West Asia. Let us get a sense of this region in the wider context of the planet. Being aware of the dark cloud still hanging over West Asia and East Europe. It does take a while to sense. Standing at the midway point between on high and the outer condition in the Middle East. Standing there in the midway point, let us bring in our consciousness the higher forces of love and vision. And let us act now as a conduit for them. We are a conduit for the higher forces of love and wisdom and vision. Now see and sense a column of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant. Feel this column flood the whole region. Pouring through all the planes. Let's hold this column steady in the will to peace. See so light flooding the mental sphere of the Middle East. Opening to the recognition that every human life is sacred. Only together can peace be built. See the soul light pouring into the emotional sphere of the Middle East. Towards the recognition that this conflict is happening in one family. We take a moment to reorient this process or accompanying the reorientation of this process with our will to love. See the light now pouring into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East, penetrating into the earth underneath the area, continuing the labor of disintegration of the old patterns of war. The transmuting process is happening within the pillar of light on all planes to end the violence, toward treading the path of common agreements. And we'll take a moment to accompany this process and to ponder upon a possible paradigm shift from harmony through conflict to harmony through synthesis. Visualize a higher order based on right relations taking shape in West Asia, in every nation, between all nations and all religions. Let us radiate this possibility into the consciousness of the people in the Middle East and throughout the world as we sound now the great invocations in Arabic and in Hebrew. من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشعل نور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب في قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعم بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض. الله آمين.
נקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. בנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, תזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים, משרתים. מהמרכז, אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור, אהבה ועוצמה, בתוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן. Oh